It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Turn the lights down.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm back, and now Greg Zipadelli, crew chief for the number 20 Home Depot Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, is here. Just to make life simple for Greg, I'm sure there are a lot of questions of him so that he can focus on the car. We thought it would be best if we brought him in here and handle all the interview requests in one sitting. So you can just raise your hand, again, state your name and affiliation, and we'll just take care of all of you as soon as we can. Dave, we'll start with you if we can get a mic to Dave Coleman.
Dave Coleman, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Two-parter, Greg. What do you make of Tony's move, and how close were you to maybe joining him?
I mean, it's like Tony said, it's an opportunity for him. Like I said before, all good things must come to an end, I guess, at some point in time, and this is, this is our time. We've still got 18 races together. My biggest thing is I feel like I'm obligated to Joe Gibbs Racing because over 10 years ago, they gave me an opportunity to start something that most people in this world dream of. I mean, I didn't have anybody to work that worked there. We didn't have a trailer ordered. We had nothing. They hired a driver and asked me to come in and start it. And I got to work with, Jimmy Maycar, bring a lot of people, a lot of friends, people that I had worked with in years past. And, I feel like I owe them an awful lot because they've still been there. They've stuck with me through the good, the bad. For me to leave and pursue something different than what I'm doing, where I'm doing it, I just don't. It's just not me. I owe a lot of people, like I said, that are with me. There's no reason for me to do anything other than my friendship, which is very strong, very positive with Tony. It's not like there's anything. If I didn't like where I was at or didn't have the freedom and the people that I have to work with where I'm at, it'd be a completely different situation. For myself, I think that you got to look at what's best for me, where am I most comfortable, and where are my obligations. And they're with Joe Gibbs Racing, and my guys that, like I said, have supported me, and most of them have continued to work with me for 10 years or more. So that's important to me.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. What is it about Tony that will make this next chapter in his life successful?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's obvious, with the racetracks and the race teams that he owns, there's something that he enjoys with challenges and different things. And obviously, this is a great challenge. It's a great opportunity for himself, for a lot of the people that have been involved with him for a long time to take this challenge and do something that really nobody's done in the sport, and especially in today's day and era. So, I truly believe that he'll go over there and be successful. He's very capable of doing it. And part of me wishes I was going over there because I'm also the same way with the challenges and the things. But what's exciting for me is I'll have a new challenge next year with new driver and things. So I'm going to stick with that. But for him, everybody in here knows him. He likes to be backed up against the wall and usually does his best. So I think that he'll do a fine job.
Greg, Brad Gilley with PRN. Do you have any guys, any drivers that you'd like to see Joe and JD go after for the 20? And what kind of input do you have in that final decision?
It's something that I'm not going to get into today. The reason I'm staying where I'm at, is because I do have as much or more of what's going to be in that car. And if I don't agree with it, then I can do what I choose. So, I feel very comfortable with what we have, what our options are in the future. I'm excited about it, and hopefully in a couple of weeks we can be certain of what we're doing and let everybody know.
Jeff Gluck from NASCAR Scene. Greg, yesterday when Tony came and met with the team and met with just the 20 and then the whole organization, can you describe what the atmosphere was like in there and how it was received with your guys?
I mean, it was received with my guys, the AB team, and then the whole organization. I think rather well. I think that everybody has a lot of respect for his accomplishments, and part of the reason Joe Gibbs Racing is where it is today is because he was a partner with us, and what he added and what he did. So we can never be mad or hold that against him. I mean, he truly, his success, our success as a group would have never been possible without him, and what he's done for us. So I think there's a lot of people disappointed in the fact that a lot of people still believe in him, like what he has done, his passion. But I don't know of many people that were mad or disappointed. We've all had to do things in our life that you had to struggle with, whether it was the right thing for you, whether it was the right thing for everybody, whether it be family, whether it be job, and I think so we can all sit back and our emotions originally, I think first of all you're mad, you're frustrated, and as time goes on you think about it, and 10 years ago I had to leave a place that gave me an opportunity, and it was tough to decide whether I was doing the right thing and what was right for me, what was right for the people I worked for. So I can completely relate to that, and I think most of the guys in the shop could too when they could sit down and think about it for a few minutes.
Lewis.
Lewis, Frank, ESPN.com. Greg, you probably know Tony better than anybody else. What do you take away after 10 years, and what won't you miss after 10 years?
We'll miss a lot. Even the bad times were good. We all learned something from the good, the bad. Our accomplishments together certainly outweigh any of the stress and drama that we had to deal with at times. So that's all behind. You think of the good times; those are the memories that you want to keep. It was 10 years ago, and I'd been a crew chief in a lot of other series, but not at this level. So I had a lot of learning to do. I still have a lot, but I'm excited about my opportunity, new challenges, and maybe I can do it for another 10 years. I don't know. That's what we're looking at.
Monty.
Zippy, being one of the few people qualified to answer this question, what does Tony Stewart need in a crew chief?
Well, I think that's changed a lot over the years. I think that our success in the early years where I was as stubborn or more stubborn probably than he was, and was able to voice my opinion to him. We respected each other. I think he's done a really good job over the last few years of learning to control those emotions, use his talents in a much more positive way. So over time, I think it changes. I think it's changed drastically from the early days to today. I don't think it's like any different than anybody else in this garage. You need someone that trusts in you, that believes in you. When they tell you something, you need to figure out exactly what he means by it, and you need to fix it.
Jim.
Yes, Jim Pelly with the Kansas City Star. Greg, there's been a lot of crazy times in the last your tenure with Tony. A lot of times you were kind of left to explain things. Is it fair to say that you guys are more than your basic average crew chief driver combination?
I'd like to think that our friendship goes deeper than our working relationship, and I'd like to think that won't change. Our friendship will change a little bit because we probably won't, we won't see each other spend anywhere near as much time together. But what I think of him and what I owe him for helping me accomplish what I've accomplished in the last 10 years. It's obviously been a huge team effort, and that part of it's been great. And I don't think that need to work hard at making sure that doesn't change, even though that he'll become a competitor rather than a partner or part of the team.